We worked out together for a couple of years.
Now, what does that mean? Let's work out. You go
just
you
just worked out.
Lift barbells together.
No, punching bags and and kicking the bag and all this kind of stuff here.
But not fighting each other.
Welcome to Bruce Lee Real Fight channel. This is not the first time Chuck Norris denied Bruce Lee was his martial arts teacher since they had known each other in 1968. It's been 53 years and Chuck Norris never admits he was Bruce Lee's student. A question that Chuck Norris is frequently asked in interviews is his relationship with Bruce Lee, and he never says Bruce Lee was his teacher. Instead, he said he trained and worked out together with Bruce Lee at his backyard for a period of about 2 years. He even said that he was the one who taught Bruce Lee high kicks. But today we are going to show everyone an apologetic letter written by Chuck Norris sent to Bruce Lee in 1973. Let's take a look at this letter. Dear Bruce, just a note to wish you great success on the movie and to clarify any misinterpretations that you have heard about our training together. I have told hundreds of people that I have trained with you. My ego is not such that I am ashamed of it. It was a privilege learning from you. One thing I never do is mention you in the same breath with Kung Fu. I mention you as a master of the martial arts because of your proficiency in all of them. So I always say you are a master of your own art. Anyway, that's enough of that. Bruce, I hope 1973 is a great year for you and give my regards to Linda and the kids. Take care, Chuck. The reason Chuck wrote this letter to Bruce Lee is because Bruce heard Chuck Norris was telling people he wasn't Bruce Lee's student. So Bruce Lee got mad, Chuck got scared and wrote this apologetic letter. As you can see from this letter, the letterhead is Chuck Norris Karate Studios and the writing was Chuck's. This story is 100% true because the original apologetic letter is currently in the care of Bruce Lee's student, Master Dan Innocento. If anyone wants to see the original letter, you can pay a visit to Innocento Academy of Martial Arts in California. So, from this letter, we can see that Chuck admits Bruce Lee was his teacher. He said it was a privilege learning from you. This letter was written in 1973 before Bruce Lee's death, and yet after Bruce Lee passed away, Chuck tried to debunk ever learning from Bruce Lee, and he even said it openly that he was the one who taught Bruce Lee high kicks.
And I said, well, that's good and it's bad, Bruce. You should be able to have the ability to kick anywhere. And that way, if you only want to go low, that's fine. But if there's an opening high, then you should be able to take advantage of it.
Chuck Norris won his karate champion title in 1968 at Madison Square Garden. He met Bruce Lee at the karate tournament and soon they became friends. According to Chuck Norris, he trained and worked out together with Bruce Lee for about 2 years. The popularity of their fight in the 1972 Way of the Dragon has often led fans to wondering who was the better fighter in real life, Bruce Lee or Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris was often asked in interviews about his fight in real life with Bruce Lee. According to him, their training together never involved an actual fight because both of them never want to go for a real fight. But he has admitted in the past that some sparring did occur in their training.
They're not fighting each other.
No, I was a professional fighter.
And he was not.
But he was good. He was good.
So you could have beaten him.
Well, I don't even know. I didn't want to go there. I didn't go, and Bruce didn't want to.
You're being modest.
Bruce didn't want to go there, and I didn't want to go there. But anyway, we worked out together.
In 1968, Chuck Norris is a world champion in karate. Bruce Lee is an expert in Kung Fu who trained in Wing Chun and also founded his own arts, Jeet Kune Do. But according to Chuck Norris, Bruce Lee was not a professional fighter. Let's think about this. Why would a world karate champion train and work out with a non-professional fighter at his backyard? No doubt Chuck was good as far as a point fighter. He is someone that competes to strict rules in weights and classes. But Bruce Lee is at another level. Bruce Lee trained for real fight with a purpose to hurt and incapacitate an opponent in the shortest time possible. Bruce Lee defeated Chuck Norris in several real fight sessions. Chuck Norris then willingly became Bruce's student, and of course, he paid Bruce Lee school fees. So, after watching these letters, do you think Chuck Norris was a student of Bruce Lee? Please leave your comment and let us know what you think.